Kenny Master and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be finally reviewing Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania.
So, what's it gonna be? Ant-Man.
I know I'm a little late. It's the 12th of March when I'm recording this. No excuses. I'm just late as shit. Okay. I watched Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania the day of in theaters. I have some thought. I thought it was great. I thought it was a fantastic. I legit used those words in the end of the movie when it was finished. A fantastic start to Phase 5 and the multiverse saga. A proper start. Starting with the pros, loved going into the quantum realm, finally. I thought it was great, you know, and I thought they explained how there's an actual like society. On the other two movies, it kind of just looked like crazy fucking psychedelic space with no signs of life. Going with the characters. Paul Rudd, Scott Lang, always done great. Love his energy. For a movie called Ant-Man and the Wasp, it really doesn't focus on Hope as much, but Hank and Janet, love them, they're great. I also seen how people complain how Janet took forever explain Kang and explain what happened in the quantum realm. I do agree though that she did kind of explain it really slow, and that could just be the editing. But the scenes of Kang and Janet, like the flashback scene, fantastic. Cassie, I did have a bit of a problem with Cassie. I'm just gonna come out straight. I'm a bit salty that they, for some reason, recasted her. And I love Catherine Newton. That movie, Freaky, love that movie. Really good movie. There is a bit of a disconnect with Cassie for me. MODOK. Listen, bro. MODOK. Did not like MODOK. Just straight up. I've seen people that kind of sympathize with MODOK and kind of like MODOK. I don't. I thought it was one of those classic Marvel things where it's just a joke. Like Darren Cross in the first movie, some people think he was generic, but he was kind of a crazy person. You know, he was a lunatic. And I thought when he was going to be MODOK, I thought that his lunaticness and psychopathic nature was gonna come up across and make MODOK scary. MODOK here didn't seem like a threat. I've seen like people views and stuff in the comment sections of certain videos saying how they wish that he would have escaped and started AIM and then be a new threat like in the future or something. I would have preferred that. That would have been great. But motherfucking Kang, bro. He was perfect, bro. He really did carry the movie. Every time Kang's on screen, Jonathan Majors, perfect. Every scene Kang was in, him talking, him just doing stuff, the way he moves and gestures is so badass. And I can't wait to see more of him in the future. The action scenes, some people I think said that they were kind of like lackluster or underwhelming. I thought they were great for the most part. Scott and Cassie meet up with these survivors essentially of like Kang's conquering. I wish at the end we got to see more of them and then fight Kang. Kang like floated down and started like blasting his beams. He should have fought like Centura, that mind control guy, the holes guy, and massacred all of them, like vaporized some like unknown people, but he should have went crazy on the characters we've seen. Like Cassie, we know he's not gonna kill Cassie. He should have killed like Centura and all those people. He did kill one of them, the big like glowy head guy, but who was that guy? We should have killed them. The fight between Scott, Hope, and Cassie was great. Honestly, every time Kang fought them, he whooped their ass. The ants. I do agree with people. The ants were kind of dumb. Made Kang seem like an easy villain. And I do think it's kind of stupid. Maybe it's just because, and I do say this, flesh the ants out more. And I feel like they should have like shown the ant society and fleshed that side out. So then they have the ants and then Centura and all those quantum realm people to then fight Kang. We can see how advanced they are and how they could back Kang up. But we didn't get that. They just appeared and it's like, advanced ants! And it is kind of goofy. But again, they didn't defeat Kang. They just ripped his armor off. And that fight scene, by the way, some people complain how, it always ends with like a fist fight, and how does Kang of all people end in a fist fight? People don't understand, Kang isn't like Thanos. He isn't an alien or super powered in any way. The only reason he has like powers, it's just like Tony Stark. He puts a suit on. It's his suit that gives him the telekinesis and the blasting power. Just like Tony Stark, take the suit away, he's just a dude. He's just a man. And that's what the ants did. The ants didn't defeat him. The ants just ripped off his suit, so then he is just a man. And Kang still whooped Scott's ass. And there was never a point where Kang was getting beaten. Yeah, the ants did take him down for like a few seconds, but all they did was just rip his armor off, and Kang was still able to escape. And then it wasn't until Hope came out the portal and blasted him back. I liked that fist fight. I thought it was great in the trailers. It really got me on my feet, and watching it still got me on my toes. Like, the part that I have a problem with is that it ended in a too happy note. Watching like new Rockstar videos explaining that there was gonna be an alternative ending where they did get trapped, I wish that it ended a bit darker. I had like a couple different endings. One, Scott and Hope do get trapped in the quantum realm and they get stuck there for the foreseeable future. Two, Scott and Hope barely escape. Like, Scott gets his ass whooped and they barely escape. Just, you know, so it does end on that, and it's kind of the same way it did end here, where Scott's like, did I do the right thing by keeping Kang stuck down there? Or did I bring a bigger threat? You know, we still ended the way it kind of did, but it just shows how they barely won. Or three, and the one I kind of wish happened, Scott and Hope get stuck in the quantum realm, or Hank and Janet, both of them or just one of them, die. So Scott and Hope defeat Kang, like Kang gets sucked into that core, but they get stuck in the quantum realm, and before that happens, Kang kills Hank or Janet or both of them, most likely Janet. I feel like that would have been great to really show the stakes of Kang. Like, mid and post credits, well, the mid credit scene, people are saying are kind of cringe and goofy. It does become a bit goofy to a point. The spot where it's the three Kang, Scarlet Centurion, Immortus, and Pharaoh Ramatut, that whole section, very intense, very ominous, and very scary. That gets me excited and gets me like, ooh, bro, these Avengers are fucked. Part where it gets a bit goofy, and I kind of agree, is like where they go into the stands. Not like in the middle where we see all the different like versions of Kang and stuff. That's part still not like scary, but it's like imposing. The parts where it gets a bit goofy is where they go into the stands and they're all like screaming and screaming like, yeah, like it's a fucking football game. That part I get, it's a bit goofy, but it's just to show there are many different Kangs. But the part that I stick with is the three main Kangs, like the head council Kangs. That part sticks with me. So overall, I think Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is a great start to Marvel Phase 5 into the multiverse saga. I'm still seeing some things in my newsfeed that it's getting like a big drop in the box office and stuff like that. But I still think Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is super overhated. I thought it was, like I said, I thought it was a great start to Marvel Phase 5 in the multiverse saga, the proper start. So if I were to give it a 1 out of 10, I would give it an A, because mostly because of Kang, but even the rest, because Scott, Paul Rudd, fantastic. I love that guy. He's super great. Cassie did have a bit of a disconnect, but you know, the father and daughter relationship is still there. It's still a family movie with a little bit of a heist in it. I still think the core of Ant-Man was still there with some great action sequences, an amazing villain. But overall, yeah, 8 out of 10. I loved it. Then we got to really like this video. Do you like the new camera angle? I'm trying something new with these movie reviews. I'm trying to do more movie reviews. But then we got to catch you next one. Peace and peace. I'm gonna figure it out.